geschlossen ist.
So there are caves down here, you guys?
It seems so. It's our first time here.
Oh, right on. Where are you from?
Germany.
Oh yeah, alles klar.
Ja.
Haben Sie Arbeit?
Ja.
Do you have work? That's all I know. What are you doing in Florida?
We have 2 weeks holiday here in Florida.
Good stuff.
This area is very nice.
It is nice, huh? Oh, look at that water.
Cavern there.
There's a cavern down there.
Yeah, you see that like hole?
Yep.
I don't know if you can come this way.
Yep.
You see
Oh
where
yeah,
those
the bubbles
are?
coming up.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There's a cavern there, and I think it leads to a cave as well.
Wow.
A cavern means you can see light,
Yep.
and a cave is when you can no longer see light.
Yeah, that's right.
It's amazing.
What are your thoughts on Florida so far?
Ah, it's great. It's quiet. It's really good for vacation. So you come totally down. Sometimes we have some spots we were alone or meet only a few people.
Yep.
It's not so crowded.
Yeah. I recommend Europeans to do that when they come here. Like get out of the big cities, go on the back roads.
Yeah.
That's what's really special. I mean, the cities are cool, but that's special about America.
Yeah.
Get lost on the back
our
roads.
dream is to make a road trip. It's great.
This water's probably 10 feet deep, perfectly clear. And I guess there are a lot of these in this part of the state.
Like that. Yeah. He's really cute. I know.
How you guys doing?
All right, how you doing?
Doing well. Making a video of Central Florida.
You are?
Yeah, it's cool out here. Nice, quiet country, huh?
It is, and it gets even quieter as you keep going.
Okay, this direction.
Like the Perry there.
That's old Florida out there, yeah?
And it ain't. They're hard there.
All right, can I get some vegetables over here?
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's the farther you go, the quieter it gets, and less people. That's why we live here.
When's the last time you were in Miami?
Oh, I ain't going to Miami. No, it's been 40 years, and I ain't going back. I used to work in Immokalee, Florida, down near Fort Myers.
Oh yeah, what were you doing down there?
I used to run packing houses.
Oh,
sell
okay,
produce.
cool.
I ran 2 packing houses, 2,400 acres of farms down there.
Yep.
And then I'd go up to Georgia in May and run packing houses there until June. Then I'd go to North Carolina and run one up there until October.
What are packing houses like?
Where
Packing
they
what?
Pack produce, tomatoes,
Oh, okay, yeah,
beans,
yeah.
peppers. I did about 1 million packages every month down in Immokalee area.
Tough work.
Yeah, it's big. I work 20, 22 hours, 23 hours a day some days.
Really?
I've come home and at 2 o'clock in the morning, my wife fixed me something to eat, and I'd turn around and leave for 2 hours and go back to work.
Oh, wow. Rough.
But yeah, it's a business, man. We got tomatoes we got in the ground, onions. I've got plants that I grow.
Okay, nice.
Got these vegetable plants here.
Good business?
Oh, yeah. I'm retired. It gives me something to fiddle around with and make a few extra dollars.
All right.
I don't want to make so much that I have to pay more tax.
I'll do the oranges.
All right.
Yeah. What's the industry up here? Mostly agriculture?
There's a lot of agriculture up here. Hospitality. There's a lot of motels and stuff over in Lake City and Gainesville. You know, the colleges there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we got a lot of farming. I mean, there's...
Right. Just all that. I mean, it's field after field. Simple life, huh?
Florida's a simple place up north. Down south, it's like living in New York.
This video is sponsored by Ground News. If you're watching my content, then you realize the world is a very complicated place. You're here to learn with an open mind. Unfortunately, in 2025, all media has a bias, every journal has an angle. One way to parse through this problem is with an app and website I've been using called Ground News. The feature I love the most about Ground News is its blind spot feature.
I hope have fun with your camera.
Oh, that's all you've sold today?
Yes, this
Great.
is today. And
So how's it going?
pretty good. We've had a good day.
So you're gonna have your trip, you think?
I definitely think we're going to have more than one trip.
We've got 3 girls that sold 1,500 boxes. Yeah, so we're
They've
gonna
been
have
really
fun.
good.
Spa day.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Good luck with everything. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, we have 24 minutes out to Steenhatchee, and I'm collecting a lot of food here, so I'm gonna go for this brownie from this morning. It seems like a long time ago. The camera's been off most of the day, guys, just because it's just endless roads like this. This is actually getting a bit more swampy as we get closer to the coast. Okay, so we have the brownie. They know what they're doing. Perfect density. Rich chocolate, not too sweet. They didn't cut corners. And then the Girl Scout cookies. I can't eat all of this, but I'll eat a little. For anyone growing up in the States, this brings back the memories. Once a year, it was Girl Scout cookie time. The peanut butter ones were my favorite. Tastes exactly the same as 1985. Same exact flavor.
Excuse me, are you
Samuel L. Jackson? Yeah, you probably know me from, you know.
Oh my God, it's you.
How you doing, sir? Is this hurricane cleanup?
Pretty much.
A hurricane hit here pretty hard?
Yeah.
Really bad?
A while back ago. I mean, it's all getting cleaned up.
Where should I go? The town is down here?
All that. Just keep driving down the road. You'll be all right. You'll enjoy it.
I don't know if that audio came through, guys, but he said this is all messed up down here. Big cleanup. Okay, I'm guessing some of these people probably lost their homes and live in RVs now, I'm guessing. Let's try to talk to these guys here. What's up, man? Okay, you guys live out here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We both do.
You live out here. You don't live out here.
Me and him both
From
do.
South
We both live down here.
You're from where?
South Georgia.
South Georgia. What's cooler, North Florida or South Georgia? Be honest.
Definitely Florida.
Definitely Florida.
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 That's what everyone's been saying.
Florida, because you really have a lot more to do to go swim.
Okay. Jesus Christ 2024. Nice. Did he win? He won.
He always wins.
Yes, right here at my house, it got to the second blocks from right there, almost at the bottom of the house.
This is your place.
Yeah, it was 2 blocks away.
Can we walk over? Is that cool?
Yes, we can.
All right. So it came in.
My neighbor had a house right there where that camper was.
Oh, okay.
Destroyed that whole entire piece. His
So-
house went underwater. That shed went underwater and everything.
So did you sit it out?
No, we went to Gainesville.
Went to Gainesville.
Yeah.
So what's that like when a hurricane comes? You hear it's coming, and you're just like, all right, time to pack up.
We left. My mom and them left before us. We wasn't gonna leave, but it got to like right here. That's how far it was.
Yeah.
Going in.
Okay, so this is a new house.
Yes, sir. We built it like 4 years ago, probably.
Okay, so it withstood the hurricane.
Every bit of it. Nothing got messed up.
You get a lot of hurricanes out here, huh?
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
You just get used to it?
We just stay through them all usually.
Is your buddy rallying in this car or what?
Just so
How much?
$200.
That's a deal, man. You gonna tune it up?
Wherever the wind takes it.
Needs a little work.
I think it's perfect.
That's what I was saying.
Does it still go?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I had to wiggle in terminals. Battery terminals is bad. Hold on.
No, that motherfucker just shot.
Wiggle.
Shot.
It's off. He don't know how to wiggle a damn terminal.
Got a cherry pop exhaust.
cut off resonators and everything. Everything's been cut off.
All right, so you're young guys like, what, young 20s something?
Dude, I'm 15.
15?
Yes, sir.
17.
17. You guys grow up quick out here. You guys go to high school?
Yes, I do. Yes, sir.
I dropped out.
You dropped out?
Chasing that money.
Chasing the money, what are you doing?
I was crabbing, and then I started doing pole barns. I ain't got a job right now.
Crabbing. How's crabbing out here right now?
That's the funnest thing I've done.
Really?
So fun. That
Just
was
going
awesome.
out with the cages and...
It was awesome. It was hard, but it was fun. I done that for like a year and a half. It was good money too.
Yeah, you can see the damage here on some of these buildings. Waterfront, brand new homes. Homes like this, up high, destroyed.
There used to be a bake store right there.
Oh, right there.
There was a bar and a restaurant. Hell, that Roy's restaurant been here since like 1959. You can't even tell it was even there.
Just leveled.
Hell, that little bar has been here since I was a teenager. It's gone. I mean, everybody had to rebuild.
That was Helene, right?
We had, what, 3 within 30 days?
3.
I think it was 3. I don't remember, man. Hell, we from Florida. We just deal with it.
It's all a blur after a point, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something special about building our empires together.
Nice sea breeze looking out at the Gulf. Smells like fish and seaweed. Totally different feel than where we were today. You can see this hotel over here. It's blasted pretty hard and they've redone a lot. It's a cool little zone. I was talking to some locals. They didn't want to talk on camera. But one guy said something I've never heard before. He's like, don't get insurance for your home because FEMA will cover you if you don't have insurance. And if you have insurance, it's way more of a struggle. So he said FEMA actually did a good job. In Lahaina, I heard an opposite story with FEMA for the most part. Just want to call a spade a spade. He said great experience. They did everything they said they were going to do. Of course, if you have a mortgage, you have to have insurance, but that was interesting to hear. Did you do all the work on this?
This is a one owner, 79, and I restored it. I restored it about 12 years ago, but I ordered it as such back in 79. I kept it all this time, man. It's just part of it.
Wow. What did you buy it for back in 79?
$5,700.
And what's it worth now?
I wouldn't sell it, man. If it didn't leak oil, I'd sleep with it a little.
You'd sleep with it.
I say, but if she does leak a little oil now,
But this is 79, really? But you did some aftermarket stuff on it. Yeah. Are you from out here?
I'm originally from northeast Alabama. If you go on down along Riverside Drive, the old River Haven is where they've got the boat lift, and up on the hill is some hotel rooms.
Okay.
And they let us stay there for Helene. I'd like to witness it firsthand right coming through. It was.
You stayed here for Helene.
It's a Cat 5.
What's it like living through that? You just like get on your hands and knees towards the ground, or what?
I did, brother. I did. I've always been a little bit religious, but I got a whole lot after that.
Everyone's religious when the plane's going down, right?
And amen to that. But I stood outside many times during the night when I could get the door open to that motel, and I prayed for safety of us and our place over there. And about just before daylight, a buddy of mine came by in his truck and picked me up, and I was eager to get back over and see what damage I had received. And there was places all down around us, timber down. We couldn't get near my house. I didn't know where we were when got there, I had to get my bearings. And I looked up at my place, and I had lost about 6 or 8 shingles, and I lost the screen on my porch, and the ceiling fan was missing a blade.
That's what you want.
I was so proud and happy that it was very devastating, but I am much closer than I was walking with my Lord.
Do these hurricanes ever knock you down? Like, you know what? I've had this. I'm moving out of hurricane country. The people are resilient.
Oh yeah, I think it'll come back, but as you can see, it's just not like it was. And
I've never been here though. First time.
oh, it's just been totally. Well, it's not. I mean, a Cat 5 is. I got hearing stuff rattling. I wondered what it was during the night. And it was the tin roofs coming off of these roofs and stuff along the river.
Yeah.
There were houses. There was a house right here that got blown off. It had offices in it. And that right there at the point of that corner right there, that concrete, is where the corner of the restaurant was. It was a wonderful view. Used to come to Roy's and eat. Everybody had come from all around to eat here and see the sunsets.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to Keaton Beach. You been up there?
I have. They've improved it a lot, but it's still, when it had just happened, it was extremely sad to see.
Crazy surge coming in 20 feet high.
But you know what, man? It makes you think. I have kin folks that live up around northwest Alabama, and I've been watching their weather too, and there's a major storm right now that's heading up there. So it's,
and then you think you can like get away from it in North Carolina, and then it hits North Carolina, right?
right,
It's not like you can totally plan it out.
man, that was so devastating. And those people, bless their hearts.
Yeah. This is a different feel out here, though. This part of Florida.
Yeah.
This feels like remote, like you're in your own little world out here.
It is. It's just a bubble.
It's a bubble. Time slows down.
Well, we're 30 miles from anywhere. And Al Capone, he kind of had the right idea. You know, he used to hang out down there at Cross City.
Oh, yeah?
The gangster Al Capone. You know?
He was here.
Well, his official hangout was in Cross City. And Cross City's like 20.
I just came through, yeah.
Okay.
I got some Girl Scout cookies over
Right
there.
there in that big old hotel right there at the red light.
That was Al Capone.
Well, it's a hotel and all, but he had a room in it. And you ought to go in there sometime. They got the old style elevator that goes up. And
what's the name of this place?
This is the Herlong Mansion. It's a bed and breakfast.
Okay. What's the story here?
This actually was built in 1845, but it was just a small little farmhouse. Consisted of this front room,
Okay.
this dining room that we have here, and then the kitchen. And this is what the original house looked like.
Okay.
And then a gentleman, which is like one of the founding fathers of Micanopy, bought this place with his new bride, 1901, 1902, and built it to what you see today.
It's beautiful.
Yes. So this is actually the Herlong family tree. And some of these people down here at the bottom are still alive, and they have actually come and stayed with us. And then
The Herlong family tree. Okay. Battle of Cowpens.
so somebody actually has sat here and actually made it.
Wow. Are you from here?
Yeah. No, I'm from Kentucky.
You like it down here compared to Kentucky?
It's actually real similar. So I used to live in Tampa, I used to live in Orlando, the big cities and all that kind of stuff. And then I had kids, decided that I liked the whole country, you know, going out and play kind of thing. I actually have a yard to play in and doing stuff like that. And I want my kids to have that kind of same experience, so.
Okay, so at first they didn't like it because they're on their technology and
Oh
whatnot?
yeah, all the time. Just because there's not much to do out in Orlando and stuff like that. So you know, you're all on your phone, your PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and all that kind of stuff. So they get wrapped up in that. And then came out here, then it was kind of like they started putting that stuff down and actually going outside and adventuring and, you know, starting to fish all the time. Like my son this morning, when I was getting ready for work, I got about 7 o'clock this morning when I was getting ready to leave, he was like, "Can I go ahead and go start fishing?" I was like, "It's a little bit too early. Just wait a couple hours and you can go fishing." So
I think these days that's got to be a parent's dream, right? Like the child wanting to go outside and do something
yeah.
versus get on the tablet or the phone.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Well, Micanopy feels like its own little world. Once you're in it, you feel separated from everything, and then you pop out the other side, and it's like something far removed. I love those types of places. Very, very cool. Definitely worth checking out. Let's check these springs out. These beautiful old oaks here with the Spanish moss that comes alive when it rains. I believe it gets green, but way more impressive than I thought it would be up in this part of the state so far. Hey guys, it's the watering hole over here.
Yeah.
Is it pretty sweet?
There's scuba divers in it right now.
I'm making a video. Is it cool if you're in it?
Yeah.
You guys from around here?
We're from Georgia.
Oh, right on.
It's not that far from here. I think it's about a 45-minute drive.
We're 45 minutes from the Georgian border?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. What do you guys think of Florida? What do you think of Florida down here?
Love it. Honestly.
We've grown up running back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth between. We always come to Florida for like vacations and stuff like
You come down here. Different vibe in Florida than Georgia, or no?
Most definitely.
How so?
It's more relaxed and calm.
Florida's more chill than Georgia. Except the driving.
Yeah, the driving.
Driving's atrocious, right? It's the worst.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It was nice seeing you.
Yeah. Oh, here, guys, right?
Yes.
All right,
Just
later.
follow it down. It'll cut off from the bridge. Take a right.
So they have this saying in Florida, the more south you go, the more north it gets. And that's because when you get down to like West Palm Beach and those areas, a lot of Northeasterners, New Yorkers, New Jerseyans, people from Massachusetts, they either snowbird down there in the winter or they've moved down there. You'll hear a lot more New York accents in that part of the state. And then in the northern part of Florida, it's much more like the old South. You'll hear the southern accent like from those guys, and it feels slower and just has a way more southern charm element to it. I hope we're gonna capture that today on the camera. 23 million people, right? Massive state, many different regions, many different types of people. And then when you get super far south into Miami, a lot of Cubans, a lot of Venezuelans, a lot of South America. They call it the capital of Latin America. And so many Brazilians go up there on vacation, Colombians, either vacation or even have a second home, an apartment in Miami, live in Miami. And up here, you don't feel that vibe quite as much. At least I haven't so far. And I'm actually quite surprised. We get a little bit of topography in this part of Florida, which is nice. Now, up north here in Florida, you can see the leaves are just starting to come onto the trees. It's early March. And so in South Florida, you don't have that effect. It's tropical climate. Only 2 tropical climates in the United States, one being Hawaii, the other South. How you doing? Good. Okay, Micanopy, because nobody pronounces it correctly.
That's a great picture with a phonetic explanation that if you're old enough to know who those two are.
Who's the guy on the right?
Opie Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Andy Griffith Show.
Andy Griffith Show.
Ron Howard.
You're not that old.
I'm pretty old.
Come on, come on.
She doesn't look it.
No. These look really good, you guys. I'll take one for the road, actually, a naked brownie. Guys, thank you.
And feel free to walk around the property, make sure.
Oh, in the back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My husband's got a nursery back here. He grows bananas and bamboo and turmerics and fruit trees and stuff.
All right. Samson's a rescue dog?
Yeah, Samson is a rescue dog.
Available
He's 2 years
for
old.
adoption.
He's available for adoption.
I'm posting this video in a couple weeks. Maybe Samson will be adopted by then.
Oh, okay.
But if not, where do people find you? Where do they find
So
Samson?
we're actually a rescue called Kiowa's House Husky Rescue. We're opening a sanctuary here in Micanopy, actually.
For husky rescues?
For huskies, yeah.
Only huskies?
Primarily huskies.
Do you know his story at all?
He was in the Broward County Animal Shelter.
Okay.
He was attacked by a dog in the shelter and it caused trauma to his eye and they had to remove it. So
Okay.
he has one eye.
Super well behaved.
Very well behaved.
Where are you from, sir, originally?
My parents from Colombia.
I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Really?
In Armenia. I flew into Armenia, went hiking up.
They're close by. They were born close by.
Well, Colombia's a great country.
It is.
Beautiful.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, you guys.
Good luck.
Take care. All right. We're off to an interesting start. I didn't think it would be like this. This has like almost Nevada City, California vibes. And we're doing bananas back here, I guess. Great place you got here.
Hey, thanks a lot.
How are things going?
Pretty good, considering it's a one-man show.
Is it?
Back here.
What is this?
This is what? Loquat? Yeah, it's loquat.
What's loquat?
AKA Japanese plum, fuzzy, sort of sweet, sort of sour. Let's see if I can find you a good rifle here.
Oh, nice. I'm making a video of the area. Is that cool?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You from here?
Not originally, but we've had the business here for 18 years now, and we love it.
Oh, these are good. I've never had this.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's pretty common. They use them a lot as a landscape plant because it's evergreen, and they're just super hardy, and they don't need any maintenance or anything really.
Oh, cool.
This variety is called Christmas.
Oh, nice.
What's your name?
Peter.
Peter.
Santinello.
Santinello. Joe.
Yeah,
Pierce.
Joe.
Nice
Yeah,
to
doing
meet
a
you.
series on Florida.
Okay.
So I'm hitting it from 7 different angles.
Cool.
From Miami to the Forgotten Coast.
Nice. It's cool that you're covering the whole state because Florida in general, like from a national level or even a world level, Florida's got a reputation. I mean, Florida man, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Right, and it's 23 million people in a lot of different realities.
Oh, so, yeah. In the central part of the state, like here, like if you haven't gone to the Springs.
The Springs?
You know, around here, you know, I'll put it this way. When I went there 30 years ago, my first impression, actually it was more like, 38 years ago. My first impression was this is what they were talking about in the Bible when they said that the Garden of Eden, you know, was on earth kind of a thing. I just looked at the place. It's been 30 years of high traffic since then. Okay. So it's not what it was, but it's still really beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah,
afterwards.
and then even better than that, way less destroyed by traffic.
Okay, I'm gonna leave the name out.
You can float, you can paddle, you can snorkel. It's crystal clear. So it's like floating in an aquarium. There's huge gar, the size of you, fish that look like freaking dinosaurs.
Totally fresh water.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
And then I was thinking about going to Steinhatchee.
Yeah, Steinhatchee's a really cool river community. They got really hammered by the hurricane last year. And so they're
rebuilding right now?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, man. All the best. How high these homes are. You stayed here for Helene. What's that like? Oh, that's a native axe?
It's the most unpopulated area in Florida outside the Everglades.
Debris everywhere. People's belongings, their memories. You're selling Girl Scout cookies, yeah? Tastes exactly the same as 1985. You gonna tune it up?
I think it's perfect.
Does it still go?
Hell yeah.
So peaceful in here.
The Springs, it's crystal clear.
Lots of the buildings are still standing over 200 years later.
Roy's Restaurant been here since like 1959.
It's just a bubble.
It's a bubble.
The farther you go, the quieter it gets, and less people. That's why we live here.
Good morning, guys. Today we have quite an epic road trip ahead of us. Got some great intel from the locals here last night that said, Peter, if you want to go into the most remote area of, arguably the most remote area of Florida, we'll go on these roads and get into this part of the state. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to the part of the state that's basically the opposite of Miami. And the goal, like always, is to get in with the locals to get a better understanding of what their world is like. Let's do this. This guy's a hill. This is a surprise. The first hill I've seen this whole trip from South Florida up to here. It feels more like the Northeast for a second with palm trees. This is cool. Look at this sort of old world feeling old Florida town. This is cool. Spanish moss hanging from the trees. All right, let's try to meet some people. See if there's anyone around. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Friendly. Just probably wants to meet you.
This is a cool little town you've got here.
It's quite unique. It's over 200 years old. This town was the very first inland town that people kind of like hacked with machetes and dogs and hogs and horses. They hacked the trail from St. Augustine to Micanopy. It was pretty peaceful. It was a railroad town. It was the very first trading post between the Seminole people and Europeans.
Good place to raise a kid.
Absolutely. Yes.
You got this. Peace, quiet. It's very clean.
I grew up here, and of course, growing up, didn't quite value the small town atmosphere. It's less than a square mile, so it's like a square mile grid. There's about 700 residents. I can look at pretty much every house in town, whether they're newcomers or not, and I just know their face, kind of know their name, kind of know what dog they have. I pretty much know my neighbors, you know, across the board. I think a lot of folks, when they enter town, they think they're on a movie set. They look around and they're like, is this real?
Right.
Is everything here actually a business? Was this really history, or is this just a facade? And I love to tell them the history, because this is our history. This is Florida history. This was the oldest inland town in Florida. Lots of the buildings are still standing over 200 years later, and you can't find that anywhere else in the state. Just imagine like settlers coming from all over Scotland, Ireland, England, some plantation owners from Georgia, coming here and taking pictures in like their best clothes, riding an alligator, you know, through the prairie with bison, and Seminole on canoe. You know, there were people here even in the 15 and 1600s. I mean, the
St. Augustine, oldest city in the country.
Yeah, this was the next stop after St. Augustine, basically.
I'm sorry, how old is this coffee shop?
I believe 112 years.